Additive manufacturing is technology turning manufacturing on its head. It's a smarter, faster way to produce, perfect for a small, ultra-efficient Singapore. Additive manufacturing in Singapore is spearheading industries like biomedical, design and building construction, precision engineering, electronics, aerospace and marine offshore, as well as clean technology.
What we're working on is developing new materials, new ways of printing, and designing these materials to suit your body part, and then training the doctors to put them back into your body.
AM can be used to make injection molds with conformal cooling channels, as well as low-volume customized jigs and fixtures.
We have already seen door brackets which has been 3D printed and have been used in the aeroplanes. We will also see fuel nozzles that will be used in the aircraft engines.
So an exciting development is development of hybrid technologies. This is a combination of both additive and subtractive-based technologies, such as milling. Solar panel and wind turbine are some of the emerging applications with AM in the clean technology sector. The water membrane is another very exciting area that's coming through. Additive manufacturing is a huge area of growth for the future, along with robotics and automation. In Budget 2016, the government announced the Industry Transformation Program. Additive manufacturing, automation, sensors, analytics, these will be the enablers.
AM is identified as a disruptive technology. It has the power to impact lives, businesses, and global economy. It is a game changer. The current market size is about 7 billion, and we should see this number triple by the year 2020 to 21 billion.
The AM ecosystem, as we see it, is made out of three main parts. Universities that are training students for working in the 3D industries and do research in corporations that do prototyping work, actual parts, and scale-down model to train people, and individuals that take advantage of the fact that 3D can do small quantity productions.
It's critical selecting the right applications that are technically feasible and economically viable, then having a workforce that is able to collaborate and innovate to create the new applications and solve the challenges.
We want to help companies translate their technologies into viable commercial solutions. We do this by partnerships, seeding capabilities, and skills training to position them well into the next industrial revolution. If you are interested to know more about AM and the new wave that's coming, come talk to us today.
Is your recruitment taking a hit by the talent shortage within 3D printing? Do you feel like the right talent just doesn't exist? Alexander Daniels Global can help you. We recruit the perfect AM professional for you. We are the only recruitment company focused on additive manufacturing, and we're experts in the field. We work globally, and our consultants know your hiring struggles, they know the industry, and how to solve your recruitment problems. Working with us is easy. We're global, specialized, and reduce your cost and time to hire. Make your recruitment process easier with Alexander Daniels Global, your talent partner for the additive manufacturing industry. Check out our services at alexanderdanielsglobal.com now.
Good day from Singapore, and once again, a very happy 2021 to all of you. I'm Mahendran Reddy, Head of Ecosystem of the National Additive Manufacturing Innovation Cluster, NAMIC. Do grab yourself a little afternoon snack or a cup of tea or coffee that might make you comfortable, and we will commence the session shortly. This is the first virtual session that NAMIC is organizing this year, with more events to come in the upcoming months. Today, we are pleased to share with you NAMIC's latest initiative, AM Careers at SG, our recently launched jobs portal since December last year. This will be an hour-long session, and the agenda is as follows. The opening remarks from Dr. Ho Chaw Sing, Managing Director of NAMIC. This will be followed by an introduction by Mr. Loxley Graham, Head of Europe and Republic of Wales, from our strategic partner, Alexander Daniels Global. My colleague, Ms. Wei-Lin Ng, will then take us through the AM Careers at SG platform, Lastly, we will end the session with questions and comments from you. You may post your questions in the question and answers box on the bottom of your screen. Just to share a little background on the AM Careers at SG, we've launched the portal less than a month ago together with our strategic partnership with ADG. We strongly believe that this partnership will extend NAMIC's outreach in providing opportunities to the local AM ecosystem and strengthening the AM job market. The pandemic that we are experiencing today is unprecedented, and we're slowly recovering from the lasting effects of it. However, the AM community has demonstrated agility and resilience by using 3D printing technologies to accelerate the production of personal protection equipment, including face shields and nasal swabs. This pandemic may have slowed down business, but the potential for additive manufacturing creating substantial amount of jobs is yet to be harnessed, and we can really look forward to that. And all right, so let's wait no further. We will kick off the session with opening remarks by Dr. Ho Chow Sing, Managing Director of NAMIC. Those who are familiar with us would know that NAMIC is a Singapore government platform initiative which catalyzes innovation and scales industrial adoption of digital additive manufacturing technologies. Since its inception in late 2015, NAMIC has raised several millions in public-private funding to support various AM initiatives across several industry sectors. Before joining the public sector, Chow Sing had spent several years with HP Singapore and Chartered Semiconductor, where he undertook various executive roles in technology product development, as well as business and supply chain operations. An advocate for business, for 3D printing, and with a belief in the role of technology for the betterment of humanity, Chow Sing has a passion for nurturing deep tech startups and has spoken at numerous forums, including at the World Bank Group Development Research Center China and the World Economic Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Chow Sing, over to you, please.
Thank you, Mahendran. A very good afternoon and morning and evening to those calling in from out of Singapore. Let me extend a warm welcome to all of you again. Thanks for making time to attend this very first webinar of the year. We have the privilege today to have Loxley Graham of Alexander Global Daniels to join us today. We're very pleased to have them with us in this very first webinar of the year. For those of you who are not so familiar with us, I think NAMIC is the national AM accelerator, and we are actually based in Singapore. Our current mission essentially involves us looking into AM industrialization efforts. We work basically through industry engagements. We grow the AM ecosystem, which leads on to strategic partnerships and funded initiatives. The primary objective for us is really to support and help our business community transform through the adoption of AM as well as adjacent technology and solutions. The idea for this AM job portal actually really started because we actually had an unmet need. In recent years, we've had companies coming to us in a very ad hoc fashion, asking us to help them connect and introduce AM talents. So this eJob platform portal, we've spent quite a bit of time to curate. It's a team effort led by one of our team members, Wei Fen. We spent the last 6 to 8 months or so to basically first understand what exactly is needed, given the fact that there's already quite a number of these eJob portals out there. What we like to do as we go through this webinar session is basically to share with you what are some of the features on this portal, and hopefully in the long run, we can basically optimize the portal itself to enable businesses and individuals to connect with each other, and ultimately really to to find the right AM talents, as well as make better hiring decisions. Especially for the job seekers, I think all of us know that we're going through these technology disruption. Is every 10 to 15 years we have this big slew of changes driven by both macro conditions as well as some of these acceleration technology. My hope is that with this dedicated portal, we'll be able to create a better job matchmaking platform and facilitate these process for a lot of our job seekers as well as the businesses that require such AM talents. As I mentioned earlier, we're very pleased to announce that we've entered into a partnership with Alexander Daniels Global. Through this partnership, ADG will provide overseas AM talent recruitment service to our local AM companies through our platform. And this strategic tie-up is one of the things we are doing as well to support the international expansion of our local AM companies. With this, I hope you'll find this session really useful. Do feel free to post your questions throughout the webinar today. Let me now hand it over back to Mandarin to kickstart the program.
Thank you, Chau-Seng, for that in-depth overview of what we do at NAMIC. Right, so up next, we have invited Mr. Loxley Graham, Head of Europe and rest of the world, Wales included as well, Alexander Daniels Global, to share more about ADG. Boasting more than a decade's worth of experience in recruitment, Loxley is responsible for leading their client activities and talent acquisition globally, outside DAC and North America. Loxley has a deep knowledge about the additive manufacturing industry, and he holds 6 years of experience recruiting solely for additive manufacturing under his belt. He has often been invited to speak at sessions and podcasts to share his knowledge. Loxley has also recruited and worked with clients and talents across the globe through all levels of the additive manufacturing value chain. So his insights today will be absolutely useful for companies who are interested in expanding globally. Loxley, over to you.
No, thank you, Mahendran, and really do appreciate the time here today to speak to everybody, and also for the opportunity to talk more about our collaboration here with NAMIC. Alexander Daniels Global is truly honoured to be partnered with NAMIC and to enable companies there that are members to be able to expand into international markets. So no, thank you very much for that. If I will just share my screen as well with yourself, just so that we can share the presentation here. What I wanted to do today was to just give everybody a very brief insight into our organization and to talk through sort of some of the benefits of collaborating with ourselves and some of the insights into our organization. So just to very briefly introduce Alexander Daniels Global, as already described, we have been established now for over 5 years, and our mission here and our vision is to enable the industrial revolution in additive manufacturing through talent. And that what we truly believe here is that we believe that AM will change people's lives through revolutions there in prosthetics, through looking at medical device, through looking at innovation there in production, serial production. We truly believe this technology will be able to help enable the next industrial revolution. Just to give some insight into the expertise that we hold as an organization, we have a niche knowledge. We focus solely around additive manufacturing, as already described. Our organization over the years has been able to position itself as a key partner to a number of the international pioneers pushing forward this technology, both from a startup stage through to multinational corporations. Our real commitment here is to quality of service, and also quality of candidate. What we always focus on is to understand the needs of both the company and also the candidate as well, to ensure that there is both a technical and cultural fit for both parties. We have a network now that would be boasting over 65,000 people being included within that. That would be talent stretching from R&D, applications, sales, service, senior management there, through to some of the other areas that wouldn't necessarily be solely associated with additive manufacturing, such as finance, and people who have experience there in enabling establishing companies into new territories and regions. As a business, we now have over 6 years of experience recruiting in additive manufacturing, focused solely around this industry and area. And it would be fair to say that we are regarded as industry thought leaders on talent. Over the years, we have produced a number of documents and spoken at a number of events, including developing the salary survey and the AM talent white paper also. And perhaps one of the most valuable things for all of the members there would be the experience recruiting for the full AM value chain. As I mentioned here already, we've supported businesses there that are more in the startup phase, moving through to multinational corporations. And this is supporting organizations that develop both hardware, software, and materials alongside consulting services for the industry. And as you can see here as well, several of the clients that we've worked with, some of the names such as HP, BASF, EOS, SLM Solutions, just to name a few, but organizations that have been at the forefront of developing and pioneering additive manufacturing. Just to highlight some of the achievements that we've had, and as already discussed here very briefly, our media presence, we've been able to partner with a number of the key publications on a global basis, helping to not only bring careers and advice around hiring to those publications, but also as well providing insights there into talent needs and shortages in different industries. We've been invited as speakers to a number of events, appearing on radio interviews, in podcasts. We've also attended the European Commission on Talent as well, and also hosted a number of different events previously, both online and in person, with our founding director, Nick Pearce, hosting the EOS session at Formnext for the past 2 years. Industry white papers as well. As already mentioned, we've been producing the Global Salary Survey, which has picked up quite a large amount of traction over the years. Initially was just quite a snapshot into the industry, but now has developed into being a real comprehensive breakdown of the salary expectations across the industry on a global basis, helping employers to really understand what the expectations would be within a new market. And also, of course, our talent market white paper, which I feel is one of our proudest achievements, really helping organizations to understand what they can do to attract better talent, what they can do possibly more importantly to retain that talent, and how to keep people still engaged to help them on their journey to grow as an organization. One of the things that isn't listed here, and I think would also be one of our real proud achievements as well, is the fact that we've been able to develop such trust within the industry also. As an organisation, we look to partner with, and we've looked to develop a real number of relationships there, and also with candidates and with personnel also, that really opens up the door for companies to be able to have conversations with people that perhaps would not have been possible without that connection. And yeah, I think that would give a real good insight into our organisation, as it states here through this lovely sort of tagline here. We are the AM talent partner that you can rely on. Trust us to do our job so you can do yours. And again, I just want to really reiterate how proud we are to be partnered with NAMIC, as of course a part of this relationship and this agreement going forward. We will offer very special introduction rates to any of the NAMIC members to collaborate with ourselves. We do offer full access to all of the NAMIC members to the talent market white paper and the salary surveys, and we are also more than happy to provide any consultation services related to that as well. So we truly are proud and honoured to be a partner of NAMIC, and we do look forward to working with any of the members as they look to break into the international markets moving forward.
Loxley, that's really indeed an honor for us as well, and the trust that we've developed over the years of getting to know each organization, we will carry this through to the next years through this platform and this initiative that we are jointly rolling out this year. So thank you really very much for that sharing, and I think our local AM ecosystem employers and job seekers alike will be very excited to get to know you and all that we have to offer. For the employers who are attending this sharing session, you can reach out to Loxley via his email address in the chat box below. So next up, what we all have been waiting for, I would like to take this chance to introduce my colleague, Willin, who is responsible for digital marketing and events management of NAMIC's initiatives and activities. She brings along a decade of experience in community engagement and events organization with startups and in the public service. And today she will be sharing with us what the platform has to offer and all the features. And here is Willin to take us through. Willin.
Hi everyone, my name is Willin and I'm from NAMIC, and today I'll be sharing with you on the NAMIC latest initiative, AM Careers at SG. Just hold on. So sorry about this. Okay. Yes, as shared earlier at the beginning of the session, Singapore has also seen a steady growth in the AM sector in the recent years. So with more than 150 companies now having a presence in Singapore, and the testimonial to this growth is the commissioning of the PSA AM Center, as well as the launch of the Siemens Advanced Manufacturing Transformation Center last October. So back to the AM careers at S3, we aim to be the one-stop platform to matchmake the AM employers and the talents with the job available in the niche ecosystem. Speaking of which, we'll be serving the both ends of the spectrum, the employers and the employees. And for today's sharing, we'll be sharing more towards the employee point of view, where we have narrowed it down to the 3 key points as seen here. So the first point would be more towards the targeted outreach, where we heard from the employers that if they actually posted various jobs from the generic platform, they have quite a number of job applications, but the candidate might not have the relevant skill set or might not know what AM is all about, or the 3D printing technologies. So having said that, it also helped the employers to brand them as the employer of the choice and also to expand on the network expansion. Being said that, it also helped to strengthen certain level of companies and organization business presence within the AM ecosystem, and using this opportunity to expand the network, perhaps through the funding stage, like when the investors are looking at growth, and by hiring, invalidate the growth in certain ways. So let me share regards to the key benefits. For this, right, I would like to highlight 2 main functions that will elaborate further. The first thing would be more towards the ease of use search function, and last but not least, on this platform, all the conversation will be instant and private. It creates a very secure connection with the respective talents within this ecosystem. After all, the circle is small, and we understand that one might not be comfortable to reveal to the current employer of their thoughts to jump ship. So just give me a moment, next slide. Okay. For the platform features, the thing that I would like to highlight here is more towards the talent management database and the talent search. So the employers can actually search by the professional title or can search by the filtering tool to narrow down their search result, shortlist the respective candidates for further review, and actively connect with the ideal candidate within this platform. Let me take you through the platform walkthrough. So for the new employers, right, if you have not signed up, you can actually sign up through the AM Careers at SG main landing page by clicking on the new employer sign up tab. So when you actually sign up, right, there will be an email notification to trigger you to activate that particular account. So once the employer account has been activated, you'll be able to access the whole of the full features of the platform. So the first feature I would like to share is the browsing of the candidates. As you can see from here, we have candidates who signed up on our platform and uploaded their resumes and uploaded their work experience and some of their qualification. One keynote, all the candidates are actually anonymized, so to create confidentiality and to protect certain level of interest. After all, the circle is small and they might not be comfortable to let their current employer know. So, okay, and having said that, for the employers, when they actually view through the candidate, they decide to, okay, for example, to shortlist the candidate 194, they click more profile or to view the profile. They will be redirected to a summary page where they can see a summary of the candidate working experience and the background. You can actually have 2 functions here. One would be shortlist the candidate or request for a full candidate resume. So when you actually request for a candidate resume, it will send an email trigger to the candidate. He or she can actually accept or decline this particular request. And upon acceptance, right, you will be able to view the full details. And if the candidate has earlier on upload a resume in the PDF format, right, you can actually download it in accordance. Another one would be more towards the shortlisting of candidate. So once they actually shortlist a range of candidates, you can actually view your the shortlisted candidate through the shortlisted function as seen from the sidebar. And you can actually for the employers, right, you can actually choose to delete the shortlisted candidate by clicking on the X button. Just for everybody info for this, right, the clicking of the candidate to delete the shortlisted candidate, no email trigger will be sent to the candidate, and this is only visible for the employers. Next up, I would like to share more regards to the job posting function. For the employers, they can conveniently post jobs through the employer account. And right now, all the employers who sign up on this particular platform itself, they will get unlimited job posting. But moving forward, we will have launched the subscription tier model. There will be some of the employers will have unlimited job posting with a full subscription package. Just a note, our free trial is until 28th of February 2021. Okay. So how do we, the employers must be wondering, how do we actually post new position or new job listing? There's actually two ways to do it. Upon login, the employers may select this tab to post a new job listing. Otherwise, if they are like browsing through the shortlisting of candidates and they wanted to update on any job posting, they can actually go to the job posting summary page by clicking on the job posting tab at the sidebar. So when you click through the job posting tab on the sidebar, you'll be brought to this summary page where you can see all the posted jobs, and you can have this particular button to post a new job listing. So yeah, and if you hover over the job title, right, there's actually a few options for you to exercise. That would be the edit, mark, fill, duplicate, or delete. So you can actually edit the posting as deemed fit, and there's no limitations to it. Because we heard from some feedback from the employers, for My Career Future, there's actually 2 edit limitations. So for that, right, the employers will be directed to a page whereby they have to fill up the job description and the requirements such as qualification, proficiency in certain skill sets. And upon clicking submit, the job will be then posted, and this will be how it looks like as per the screenshot itself. Next, the employers will also receive an email notification when a job seeker applied for that particular or specific job posting. And also, just to highlight on the job posting part, at the summary page, you'll also be able to see the number of applications for that particular job role. So by clicking through the applications, you'll be able to see like a summary of the particular candidate who applied for that particular position. So I just want to highlight the 4 main functions here. As you can see from the screenshot itself, you can see the candidate summary, then followed by the other on the right panel, you can see the view CV, and there's actually 4 small buttons there. The features are actually download CV, email the candidate, add notes about this particular candidate, or edit and make changes about the candidate profile. So for the download and view resume, right, function, if the candidate has actually uploaded their CV in the PDF format, when you click on the download CV, it will be automated download on your browser. Second function would be more towards the email of the candidate. The employer can actually use this platform, don't need to actually copy and paste the email and put it through like perhaps the Microsoft Outlook. They can just email directly through this platform to the candidate to perhaps to facilitate like interview process or some questionnaires that they want to follow up with. And the third features that I want to highlight would be more towards adding notes. For this particular notes, right, you can actually add in small notes like how this candidate actually performed during interview. And for this particular function, all these 4 functions, right, it's only visible to the employers. And employers, they can also give rating on the particular candidate. So that's the very brief overview of how the platform looks from the employer point of view. For next, right, that would be the candidate and job seeker. For the job seeker, they can actually sign up from the AM Careers at SG main landing page by clicking through the new job seeker sign up tab on the top right hand corner. And just to note, right, for the candidate, right, they need to actually sign up for an account before they can access these 2 functions, which is deposit your resume and browse the available job opportunities. So having said that, okay, I'm going to show you this screenshot. Upon logging in, you will get to see this. So for the candidate point of view, right, you can actually see the available jobs on the left side sidebar, and also bookmark jobs. Like if you are interested in more than like 2 jobs, you can actually take a look at, you can actually save it first and come back to it later, or apply it at a very later time. And for the job applications, is to know about the status, whether you have been rejected or it's still in process of interviewing. And you can actually do account setting whereby you can actually edit your name and edit your email addresses and contact number. And for the resume, there's actually 2 types of resume. One is the text function whereby you need to key in as according to the text field. Other than that, that would be uploading of the PDF format of your resume. So as per shared by Loxi earlier from ADG, there's actually this particular partnership whereby the employers is able to get a preferential rate through the NAMIC and ADG partnership. So to access these details and also to sign up through the interest form, the employers can actually access it through clicking the banner on the AM Careers at SG main landing page. So last but not least, you can actually access the job portal by clicking on the careers tab on the NAMIC main website, which is www.namic.sg. Otherwise, you can just key in this particular URL, jobs.namic.sg, or scan this particular QR code. Last but not least, I've come to the end of my presentation. So if you have any inquiries, you can actually drop us an email at jobs@namic.sg. Otherwise, we will be glad to address that during the Q&A session in a short while. Handing it back to Mahendran, to continue with the session.
Thank you, Wilin. I think there are some questions that are coming through, and I think that I'm also receiving some questions on my WhatsApp. So some of you are a little bit shy to put it up on the Q&A tab below, but please do so. I think we are a small community and we kind of know pretty much each other. Those who are familiar with us, so just ask the questions and we'll see how best we can answer that. For now, I'd just like to take this opportunity to invite everyone to sign up for the jobs portal. We are currently providing complimentary postings access for all employers for a trial period until 28 February this year. You can visit the AM Careers at SG via the URL jobs.namic.sg or scan the QR code that you see on your screen. With that, you'll be able to sign up. We're now opening up the floor, and I will just run through some of the questions, and we will try to answer that as much as possible. We'll post it to the panel who have taken the time to be with us here today. So there's a first question that's coming up. How is this platform different or better than existing ones like LinkedIn, JobStreet, etc.? Wilin, do you want to take that, or one of the panelists?
Yep, I will take that question. Yep. So for this particular platform, right, how is it like different or better than the existing one like LinkedIn and JobStreet, right? Will be more towards a very targeted group that we are actually focusing on. So as mentioned just now, when we actually conducted this particular platform launch, we actually did do a check with some of the employers. Like some of the employers did share with us on some of their challenges when they post like job listing on My Careers or other kind of like platform. They say that the employees might not know what 3D printing is all about. They might just have a very generic engineering skill set and might not have the relevant working experience or like certain kind of like execution on application process regards to 3D printing. So by having this very targeted outreach, right, targeted niche group of people that we are working with and etc., it will actually give people like the employers a better kind of like lesser time frame to actually remove those that unqualified ones, that those without any AM technologies or relevant skill sets. And so I hope that answered the question.
I hope so. With you online now, just a couple of questions directed to you as well, Wilin. Is this service free for job seekers as well as is it free for businesses, or do they have to pay something to participate in this?
Okay, so for this course, right, for the job seekers, it's currently FOC for the job seekers. But for the employers, right now we are offering a free trial till 28th of February 2021, whereby they can actually access all the key features of that particular platform. But moving forward, we will be launching a subscription tier basis, whereby it will be on 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months kind of like packages. And other than that, right, on the depth of the packages, that could be the features that the company will be looking at. We have exclusive bundle whereby the company can access all the particular features like job search, like the headhunting credits like Monster, similar in that sense, and also at the same time to post like unlimited job posting. If not, right, if there's a certain limit of job posting, right, there will be a certain cost tag to it. But it will not cost more than 1,000 Sing dollars. Right. Based on our max premium tier package.
Yes. Loxley, there's a question here posed to you. So it goes like this. I understand that there will be a preferential rate given if my organization has a budget to work with. Will ADG be willing to work with on that or explore based on our own budget constraints?
I think the best answer to that particular question would be we are always interested and open to exploring all options. We will always talk to companies to understand sort of what their need is and how that operational budget would be able to fall in line with the services that we offer. Of course, as an organisation, though, we are a premium recruitment business, so it would be unfair for me to say, yes, any budget sort of being presented to us, we would be able to support. But what we do want to do is enable this industrial revolution through talent. So ultimately, we are open to exploring options and to understand how we can partner with organisations to help them to achieve their international goals. There has been cases previously where we have been able to organise or develop other ways to be able to support organisations as well. So I would just really suggest reaching out, having the conversation and exploring whether that would be feasible for all parties there.
Right. Okay. So they can reach out to you directly, and then you can work out something with them.
Well, of course, reach out to us through the portal here and through the link, and of course we can have those conversations from there.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Loxley. This is a question again, William and the team that's working on it. So basically, the question goes like this: what are the differences in functions between paid subscription and a free version? So is there any additional functions that you are given that under a paid scheme?
There's actually a difference to it, right? After our free trial period. So it actually depends on what kind of features that the companies are looking at. For the very basic one, we are looking at, we actually segregate into two different types of sales as shared earlier. One would be more towards the, I would say on a period kind of like a period trial period basis, which is like 3 months, 6 months, and a 12-month kind. Then followed by the, on the packages bundle, right? We have package A that is more towards a job posting, then followed by package B that is like full access to the NAMIC local talent pool, which is more similar to like the monster headhunting kind of like credits in that particular sense.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. So there's a question for international job seekers. Would this platform be suitable for foreign job seekers looking for opportunities in Singapore and also globally through ADG?
Okay, for the platform itself, we do not, it really depends on the organization or the employer's requirements. And some of them actually are requested for like a remote worker, and therefore non-Singapore based talent will be able to apply for the particular role itself. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a question from, as an employer, why do I need to seek approval before I post job listings?
Okay, just for that, right? It's not really like, this is actually to prevent people of misusing the platform. So this is actually a security function that we actually input in. And we also want to manage the quality of the jobs itself, and not to dilute the applications, like applications for the job seeker. Like they would not see that, this company has the same job posting, they post like 4 same job posting on the same kind at the same time. So we do not want to dilute that. So this is something that we just wanted to put it as our due diligence, and also for the employer perspective as a secure function. Because some of the employers feedback that they have tried many platforms to post on the same job posting, and sometimes they post twice within a month because they urgently need the people. So this is actually something for us to actually review. But you can actually share with us your feedback when you actually sign up on our jobs portal, and we can take that with the team to see how we can actually improve on it.
It's a comment here from Nicholas Yeo. This is a real good start for NAMIC. The question is, how do you, as NAMIC, go about building a significant job data bank consisting of local and foreign talents?
Okay, for that, right? For the outreach part, we have been working with quite a number of stakeholders within the Singapore workforce framework, like for example, SkillsFuture Singapore and the career centers island-wide. There is an initiative by the MOM and the Workforce Singapore. So we have been working with them to see how we can actually help to build like the talent base, and also working with the institution for those that are in their last year of graduation, whereby they are looking to towards their career kind of like prospect. So we are working with different stakeholders on the local perspective to build up that particular job bank from the candidate point of view. Then another thing would be more towards the foreign talent point of view. For that, right, we are shouting out on our social media platforms and also doing certain level of hashtag and SEOs, so that when certain kind of like non-Singapore based talents that they are currently looking out for AM related jobs, they will get to know about our platform and they can sign up and share. It really depends on the company requirements, whether they are okay with a Singapore based or non-Singapore based. So we kept that open for the companies to shortlist on their own. And for the job banks, for the jobs part, right, we are working with the AM companies within our AM directory and also to outreach to them to see, hey, will they want to actually consider a very targeted kind of like platform to post the jobs to get in the relevant people with the right candidate skill set. Yeah, and that's how we work with to build up our job bank on the employer side and the employee side.
Yeah, Nicholas, thanks, William. So just to add on also, I think NAMIC has been around for the last 5 years and looking forward to more years to come. And we've actually built a good network of ecosystem, not just in Singapore, but globally as well. So, and hence today you see this a milestone collaboration that we are embarking on with ADG. Similarly, we have got nodes around the world, in the US, in Europe, with in Germany and in India, and in China as well. So we are very well connected with a lot of international associations and tech depots as well. So who are interested in looking increasingly towards Singapore as well, as we grow Singapore as a leader, as a nexus for AM activities and creating jobs. So those are the kind of avenues that we do have where we grow the database of skill sets and pools of talent looking towards Singapore. Nicholas, also you asked, will the portal include adjacent functional skills like looking towards quality, design, etc.? William, you want to take that or?
Okay. Just to ensure they answer the question accurately, meaning to say that other functional skills by the employees per se. Currently, it's actually for that particular function, like what are the skills that the particular employee has, it's actually a text field kind of thing. So we didn't really like streamline in terms of like, how would I say, multiple choice or chatbot kind of like selection. So it's quite open for the job seekers to key in what are their functional skills and etc. Then from the employer's point of view, it's quite open. We don't really stream down into particular job skills in a certain way. So for the requirements that they have to key in, right? Like for example, this particular person has to be very 3D metal kind of like experience, molding kind of experience, welding kind of experience. That is like they must they want this particular candidate to have. So they will key as a requirement, not a checkbox kind of basis. And
yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, yes, we do look at these areas, these are inherent skill sets, what an employer is looking for in terms of quality and design, ability, and so on. So yes, for sure, we'll look at that as well. So another question here from Evans Ong. So you mentioned that candidates will be anonymous. How about job posting? Because on some platforms, company names are hidden. What about on NAMIC's platform?
I'm sorry to say, for this particular platform itself, although we protect the employer's interest and also the candidate interest, not to let their current employers know about their thoughts to jump ship. But for this platform, the company names will be visible upon a certain job role that they post. Unless they sign up, they did not include any kind of like information, which we will not approve their account. So just to answer it bluntly, the company names will be very visible.
Yeah. So there's a question also from Evans. Can companies see the names? Can we see what companies shortlisted the candidate?
Currently, no, unless it's based on your own account. You can only see what you have, who you have shortlisted. You can't see whether this candidate A, for example, myself, Lynn, has been shortlisted by company E or D or F. It's just within the company point of view. Like you can only see what you have shortlisted and what you have not.
Mm-hmm. All right, I get another question here. Is NAMIC doing any jobs matching on this portal, or yeah?
This platform is actually to job match, like to marry both the employers and the job seeker together. But in particular, if there's a request for it, we can look into it for the near future. Yeah, I will not say no for now.
Okay, that's that's an interesting question here. So from Yi Hong, why another job portal? So I think I'll take that. The reason why we looked at a job portal per se for our industry is it is a niche industry, and we are growing that AM ecosystem in Singapore. Of course, you can go to other portals, etc., which are pretty much generic. So having one that is really focused, bringing the employers who are in this industry and the job seekers who are looking within this industry, and that's how we intend to grow our presence as the provider, as a one-stop resource repository. You come to us, and you may also get the opportunity to get jobs. And I think it is going to be very, very valuable and useful. And this is just the beginning of a venture that you and us together, we can build this portal where it will be very, very relevant as the industry grows. We will see it becoming one that will be relevant, useful for many years to come, and then hope our collaboration with ADG will also bring about those collaborations between Singapore job seekers wanting to go overseas and vice versa as well. So it's going to be very useful, I think. So next question, what about people who have got no additive manufacturing experience but are keen to join the industry? Will companies still consider hiring them?
Some of the companies, just take this question, some of the companies will be very willing to take them in, and some of the job posting, right, when as we see from the past few weeks and from the launch of our jobs portal, we can see that there's some job role that do not really require like an AM experience, but minimal AM experience. Like and also there's also other different job roles like the sales and marketing kind of like executive and business development kind of thing. So yep, I would say it really depends on the company requirements, and I believe that as within the niche ecosystem, there will be definitely companies who are very open to take in fresh talent without any AM experience.
Yeah, primarily it's not just for engineers within the AM space, etc., but also for other functional opportunities within the company that may not necessarily have any AM experience. There's another.
Sorry, just going to say, I was just going to also add very briefly to that as well. Just from the experience that I have from bringing people into the industry. For certain functions and roles, yes, you will definitely be considered without experience of the technology itself. There are definitely a lot of transferable skills that can very easily be brought into the industry as well. People coming out of areas like injection molding, precision machinery, tool making, areas of this nature where they have an understanding of the industry, but perhaps not the technology. There is a growing demand for people in those areas, and people involved in solution sales, solution providing there, looking at overcoming problems there for customers. There's a real demand there as well. So people coming from those sorts of disciplines would definitely see a number of opportunities created for themselves in this industry in the coming years.
Okay. Let's see, I think that's pretty much, we're coming to almost the end of the open questions that have been posted. Any other comments from you, Loxley, to add on?
No, I'd just like again just to say thank you very much for the time today, and also thank you to all of the participants. You know, for me, as already mentioned, it's a real honor to be able to collaborate with an organization like NAMIC. We truly do believe in what the innovation cluster is attempting to do to open up the new market here for additive manufacturing. And if we can enable the companies here that are supported to break into international markets and to further the industrial revolution here, then we are very excited and proud to be able to do that. So no, thank you very much for the time today, and also looking forward to seeing the results of this collaboration moving forward.
Yeah, so so thanks also from our end to you for taking your time to come and share with us what ADG is doing and how we can also participate in some of your initiatives and the recruitment process as well. And for every one of you who have been posting lots of questions, if you still have any more questions that you want, or you have a comment how we can improve the portal, etc., you're welcome. You know, anytime, check in with us, talk to us. Drop us a note at jobs@namic.sg, or check out our events page at namic.sg events for our latest and upcoming events as well, where we really would want to see you there participating and be part of this community that we are trying to build. It's recruiting and talent development is key to our growth, and I think we should kind of enhance this process together. On that note, I'd like to thank all the panelists, Loxley, Willin, and Dr. Ho as well, for taking your time to share with us today. And most of all, the team from NAMIC that put this together, that the brains behind this, Albert, Hui-Chi, Wei-Fen, all of the team that has been working on this relentlessly in the past months and in the years. I just want to say a final word is also because we've been thinking about this for a long time, and there have been a lot of approaches to us from companies, from employers, and through our activities and our interaction that we go overseas and we talk to, when we go to international exhibitions and Formnext and so on, and we get always a lot of inquiries about opportunities to work in Singapore. And that's how this has all come about. The team has put this together. So now to get this all up and running, we need your support, your participation. So employers and job seekers, please get on board and help us, and we will also help you get to the Holy Grail. So let us succeed together in this year, 2021 and beyond. So this is Mahendran on behalf of my team at NAMIC. Thank you very much for joining us. See you real soon.